Directly coming to you from the X Zone Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, where your opinion counts. Your boy, C. Los, is here to talk Raider football.
Welcome, Raider Nation. Your boy Silos. Thank you for listening, however, wherever you are. I'm here to go over some of the moves over the free agency now that it's gone and passed. And some of us may be excited, some of us are questioning it, and some of us may be disappointed. We all are entitled to our opinion and just voicing mine. Raider Nation, as always, you have yours, and you're welcome to let me know how you feel. Do you feel happy? Do you feel excited? Are you concerned? As we all know, we had a few additions. I was going to go over the offensive side of the ball so far. As we all know, our notable new quarterback, the reunion from the two former Patriots. One is assistant offensive coordinator, and the other one is a backup quarterback who was going to take over for the legend Tom Brady. But he got shipped out over to San Francisco, where he played a few seasons. Last one as a backup, but now he's here with Josh McDaniels. We also had today, if I'm not mistaken, Austin Hooper from the Tennessee Titans. He ranks number 66 in the NFL rankings as a tight end. We also have OJ Howard that came to us, also via free agency. Wide receiver, also a former Patriot, and now in the West Coast Patriots, aka the Raiders. We have Jacoby Meyers, also Philip Dorsett from the Colts, and last but not least, Cam Sims from the former Redskins, now the Commanders, Washington Commanders. So it's a head scratcher because for what I have followed and I know that Josh McDaniels has done. Uh, since he's spent most of his time at New England in a couple of seasons with the Denver Broncos, which was a disaster. We all remember the Tim Tebow experiment and it didn't work. Um, they are heavy on tight ends, blocking and short passing. But it looks like we have added actually wide receivers, on top of course, our superstar Devante Adams. And I'm scratching my head just because no knock on Jimmy G. We'll see how it works out. I hope it works out for the best, but it's hopes because throughout his career, um, he doesn't throw the ball deep that much, and he's basically getting set up to do that. So it remains to be seen if he can do it. I know that it's a head scratcher because Devante Adams is somebody that goes over the top a lot. That's where he makes his money. And we got a quarterback who hasn't proven they can throw a deep ball. Maybe he does, and that's something that we haven't seen. Um, but it is a concern. Also, the tight ends that we have acquired are not are not something to go whoa over it. I mean, they're serviceable and they're filling a slot and filling a spot that, or at least they're trying to, that Darren Waller left, and so that's a concern. But that's what we have. There still remains to be seen if they're going to address under the stuff on the offensive side of the ball through the draft. I know that it's been said that this is a very good draft for tight ends. Maybe we're gonna try to get our number one uh, through the draft, but it remains to be seen. Some other experts, not me, some other experts on the through Twitter and ESPN and ABC and NBC Sports. We're talking about possibly also the Raiders kind of just using Jimmy G as a stopgap, as I mentioned before. and trying to grab a franchise quarterback on the draft. But not yet. And on the defensive side of the ball, we have several additions as well that we acquired through free agency. We have CB, David Long. We also got Jaquan Johnson. We got DL Jordan Willis, LS Jacob Bonaire. We got linebacker Robert Spillane from the Steelers and Marcus Epps. Again, none of this really addressed the interior line completely. And we have several holes, but we have tried to add some talent on the cornerbacks and the safeties. But it remains to see how this is going to work with the defense coordinator. Any improvement on our defense will be welcome. But I strongly believe that we need to address our secondary, and we need to address and have uh, really a good upfront four to be able to resolve the problem that we have last season, and it's been through several seasons, guys. It's being neglected quite a bit. It's our defense. I think back in 2002 we have some of the best defense. Since then we kind of were in limbo. We try to address some key positions on defense, but they haven't quite worked out. And on 2016, when we had our run with Derek Carr and Khalil Mack, our defense was okay, but it seems like uh, for some reason we have focused more on the offensive side of the ball, and our defense has been neglected. Again, I think we're gonna have to address these issues, and like I said before in my videos, uh, it's so many holes that it will be very difficult to be able to address. All of them in one off season. I have to agree with most of my Raider Nation and some of the comments you guys posted on my videos before. Uh, it is Josh McDaniels' first off season with the Raiders. We need to see, and it sounds old, but we need to be patient. And I know we heard that plenty of times, but to see how we address some of these issues. Personally, I would love to see, uh, a defense built around Max Crosby. I think that we have a star there that we could, we could start building around. Chandler Jones. Really, this past season, I think it's been not the worst, but he ranks up there in a really bad contract. We really didn't see the Chandler Jones that was in Arizona or New England. I think that was the idea, and he got paid handsomely, and he hasn't produced. But after this season, the Raiders are able to cut ties with Chandler Jones. I think they're gonna try to give it a go just because the money is there and it will be a huge loss and a lot of money on dead cap. And I know the Raiders are trying to cut back on that aspect, and see if they could bring in somebody else, that could be that complementary piece on the other side of the ball. But uh, again, Raider Nation, it's quite a tall task, and then all I could ask is for improvement, and I hope that we address uh, the most glaring issues, and if we cannot, address all of them, because I really think it's not obtainable, it's just not realistic. Um, then at least make some progress. And then a coworker of mine, I consider a good friend of mine, and we're talking about this the other day, and he makes a point, and I believe that's a good point, that offense will win you some games, or will win you games, but defense will win you championships. That's all I have for you guys today. Again, thank you for letting me in wherever you're listening. Thank you for taking the time. Again, Raider Nation, I am not the expert, nor do I claim to be one. This is just a part of Raider fan, one of the fans, expressing his opinions As always, your suggestions, comments are welcome in this channel. Thanks again. I love you all. Stay up, baby.